It's true. By the end of 2023, I plan on generating $1 million selling on Shopify. Now, in case if you don't know me, my name is Yash, and I've been selling on Shopify since 2017. I've ran through dozens and dozens of stores since then, generating both 6 and 7 figures in sales. I mean, hey, if you don't believe me, check out this store right now that I'm running. It has over 200 live visitors at the moment. So point is, this is not my first rodeo, but in this video, I'm going to share my exact blueprint on taking one store with one main product from zero to potentially over $1 million in sales. So let's assume you already know what a Shopify store is, right? I mean, I hope so. All right. So all jokes aside, I actually found this potential winning product through my product research and validation strategy, in which you can find right here for reference. Just for the sake of this video and for obvious purposes, I'm not going to go through that exact strategy. I don't want to deviate from the main purpose and topic of this video. But again, if you are struggling with product research and if you're wondering on how I laid my hands, my eyes around this specific product, definitely check out that video. I found this specific product towards the end of last year, and I told myself that I'd get around to testing it during the beginning of the new year, and I did. Now, how I test my products and how you guys should too is on a general one product store. This is neither a general store nor a one product store. So then what is it, Yash? Well, let me tell y'all. So this is rather a hybrid store, right? Where it's a general store on the back end to you as a store owner, and only you know that. And on the front end, it's actually a one product store, to the customer or the consumer. This is by far the best way to efficiently test products without changing any of the brand assets each time you're going through another product. Trust me when I say that. Speed and efficiency are the two main things in this game. So testing it through TikTok ads the first day got me pretty good results. I can't lie. I almost generated $800 in sales for what's a mid-ticket item. So I was like, jackpot. And what do you know? As someone who's a super experienced and avid media buyer like myself, I decided to crank up the ads, right? So within the first week, there were days where I was doing, $3,000 or $4,000 in sales. And next thing you know, my private agent in China, who I utilized to fulfill orders, told me that they're actually running super low on inventory for this specific product. And the reason was because this product was very naive in the market. And that's when I knew, okay, yes, this is a roadblock and a hindrance, but I had hit gold. When a supplier tells you this, that means the product is definitely new in the market because they are still producing, mass quantities of that specific product. These agents typically have direct access, direct communication to manufacturers and factories in China. So when they say that product is new, that is new. So yeah, at this point we had hit a roadblock, but maybe it was for the better, I thought. And in general, that's what makes business fun. You gotta go ahead and just simply embrace it. Anyway, so I had to scale down, right? And I had to sell out for the specific number of units that were available. And this was until about the end of the third week of January. And I actually got hit with a double whammy because this was during the prime time of Chinese New Year's. And in case if you don't know, during this period for about 1 to 3 weeks, factories are pretty much shut down. All the employees are also going home back to their villages in China to celebrate with their families. Since I knew that this product was worth putting the time and energy into, I actually told my supplier to go ahead and white label this product for me, right? To go ahead and rebrand the product for me. I really wanted to rebrand it to make it my own. This not only beats out new, emerging, and also current competition, but this also makes your Shopify store look more trustworthy and really instills a sense of confidence in your potential customers' mind. Essentially, white labeling is that level up from dropshipping, and that should be all of your guys' goals in case if you haven't reached it yet. That is the first step of actually running a brand. So I got a sketch rendered super quickly. Over the years, I've become pretty good at graphic design. Again, the more skills that you have, the more skills that you strengthen and learn, the better it is for any business, specifically when it comes to e-commerce, because yes, it is an online internet business at the end of the day. So anyway, I got the sketch ready and I sent it to my supplier, told her exactly where I wanted my logo on that product. product. And meanwhile, I also started to prepare some custom packaging and box inserts so I can really give my customers that brand experience once I move that inventory from China to the US. Again, what really separates a good brand in general is customer experience. That's why Amazon is winning in all areas. So while all this was happening and had their own turnaround times, I decided to go all in, baby. I mean, yes, even deeper.
That's what she said!
And what I mean by that is, transition this current general one product store to an actual branded one product store, right? That means to really double down and hone down on this specific product, right? Really make sure that all the brand assets reflect around that product. So yeah, like I said, that, involved changing the color schemes, the logo, the brand assets, etc., making sure everything is congruent and in sync. And once you do this, it's very hard to tell, that your store is a dropshipping store. Again, I knew 99.9% that this was a long-term winner. So this was a no-brainer to do so. So myself and my lead web guy, got cracking on this website. And in fact, I'll even tell you what theme, we built the base and foundation of the store on, and that was the solo drop theme. One of my favorite paid themes that come with many customizations and pre-built apps and widgets. Hence, a paid theme is the best way to go once you get to this level. Great, so early February comes now. The new inventory is all set. The revamped website is also ready to be pushed out. After running TikTok ads for about 1 week, doing about 7 to 8K in sales, what do you know? Just guess. Shopify payments bans me.
Bruh.
Now, believe it or not, but being in this game for a little over half a decade, this has never happened to me before. But recently, over the past few weeks, I've actually heard a lot of merchants, a lot of store owners, get banned for just silly reasons. And of course, I had to be one of those sellers on Shopify. Now, because this happened, customers can no longer check out. We cannot accept payments on my store. So I had to go ahead and had no choice but to pause ads. Yet again, another roadblock. As we speak, I'm currently in the works of utilizing a private payment processor outside of Shopify payments. Essentially, this is a third-party merchant, a third-party gateway in place on my Shopify store. And, they basically have no caps, no reserves, no scaling limits or anything like that. On top of that, they also have next day payouts, believe it or not, which is amazing because this is very good for the cash flow of the business. Any other payment processor, typically has 3 to 5 day or 5 to 7 day payout times. Honestly, I'm not too stressed about the processing side of things because I have utilized them before through my network and they have actually worked out great for this other brand. So I'm aiming that by mid-February, we actually go live again and start advertising again, start getting the ball rolling. At this point, the website, fulfillment, branding, processing, all that good stuff will be good and smooth. So once this kicks off and gets into momentum for at least a few weeks, what I'm going to do is hire my guy that I've utilized for many brands before to take care of all the email and SMS marketing on my store, and additionally to hire 2 full-time trained and vetted VAs to take care of, all the customer support. Y'all gotta remember that email and SMS marketing, I'm just throwing this out there for food for thought because so many people neglect it, so many people sleep on it, but these 2 things are basically free money. And if you're not utilizing them, if you're not, implementing and leveraging these assets of your customers, these phone numbers and emails, there's so much money being left on the table. This can account and should account, I would say, at least 20% of your monthly overall sales after you have, those flows and sequences in place for a large customer base. And secondly, I'm also going to say that not hiring early enough is a mistake that a lot of business owners make. They try to wear all the caps at once, no pun intended, even though I only have 1 cap. I mean, initially it might be fine, but soon enough, you definitely have to hire so, you can devote your time and energy into ROI producing tasks, right? For me, that's always been and will be media buying, running advertising. The last thing I want to do is sit down for hours and hours a day replying to, customer inquiries and emails. You want to work on your business, right? Not in your business. And, once you start doing a few hundred orders a week, which theoretically isn't really a lot, your inboxes are going to be flooded of customer inquiries. My goal for all of Q2 is to really dial in on TikTok ads. Really just identifying my winning creatives, audiences, understanding and studying my metrics really thoroughly. And then what I will do eventually is also transition onto Facebook ads, right? Facebook ads is how I started. This has been my bread and butter for the longest time now. So this way, as soon as Q3 comes, I have two main streams of revenue for this specific brand. During the summer months, I expect to generate $50,000 to $100,000 in sales each on both Facebook and TikTok, and then from email and SMS marketing, organic and stuff like that, another 20 to 30K per month overall. Now, of course, simultaneously, we can't forget about this, I'll also be building my social presence organically on multiple platforms, and I'll also be devoting this to a content distribution team. If you're wondering where you can hire, virtual assistants, so on and so forth, I recommend Upwork or FreeUp, or even just ask around your network. This is the best thing to do so. So when Q4 does come around, the most important and last 3 months of the year, we'll really be doubling down on our content and most importantly, our advertising strategy. So that way we can cater to our buyer and audience persona, meaning our ideal customers, lower our costs, lower our CPA, cost per acquisition. And of course, this is all while the backend systems are in place, right? This is the base and the foundation, so those pillars can actually go up and support the structure. Obtaining the omnipresence and multi-channel marketing is what your end goal should be. Now, of course, this is all hypothetical, but I'm pretty confident in my approach and my plan and goals because I've done this process only a few short years ago when I exited a white label brand. Except now, the only difference is I want to do it even better. Regardless, I thought it'd be cool to share my initial process and also some of the bottlenecks I've came across so far. I have absolutely zero doubt that there will be even more challenges and whatnot as we incorporate more moving pieces and scale further down the year. But it's about learning, conquering, and growing at any stage of entrepreneurship. Remember, these sexy Shopify dashboards, look appealing and whatnot, but the more money, the more problems. Let me know what your goals are for 2023, and if you're watching this a little later down the year or even beyond the year, let me know in the comments down below what you have accomplished. Lastly, get this video to 1,000 likes and I'll highly consider making an update video showcasing the actual product. Until the next one, your boy's out. Peace. No, I mean, seriously, if you want your dashboard to look a little something like this, I would definitely get this video to 1,000 likes.